Now we know how to compare and order decimals. So now we will learn how to compare negative decimals. Have a look at the first example. Which one of those decimals is bigger? One of them is minus 0.74, the other one is minus 0.47. If they were positive, then definitely 0.74 would be bigger. But because they are negative, it's the other way around. Minus 0.74 is smaller than minus 0.47. Why is it? One of the ways to think about it is with a number line. So this time we'll put a 0 in here because we will work mostly to the left of the 0. As we go down, the numbers get smaller. So minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus 0.3, minus 0.4, and then somewhere here, just before minus 0.5 will be minus 0.47. Minus 0.5, not minus 0.6, minus 0.7, and a little bit more down will be minus 0.74. I think we discussed this before. So the numbers go up to the right of the number line. So they ascend as we move to the right of the number line. So numbers to the right of the number line are larger to the ones of the left. So minus 0.47 is larger than minus 0.74. The other way of thinking about it is, I think one of you told me that, I think it was Joseph. So we have the one when both numbers are negative, the one that is closer to 0 is larger. So this is why. And the other thing is that this is reflection on the number line. So it's the opposite to the positive side. That's why the way I think about it is I just imagine that they are positive and then do the opposite. Okay, pause the video, 30 seconds, do the next one yourself. Okay, so what you should have is minus 0.04 is larger. Okay, I'll do the next one with you. So again, in here, the way I think about it is I know that 2.08 is smaller, so because they are both negative, it must be larger. Pause the video for 20 seconds and do the next one. So what you should have is this sign this way. So minus 0.278 is larger. Now practice this on your own. Pause the video for 5 minutes and answer as many questions as you can. If you feel very confident about it, start from question M. If you feel like you need more practice, you might start from the beginning. So here we have answers. Pause this video for 1 minute and mark your own work. Make sure you use a green pen. Okay, it's not very easy, so let's try to do some more examples. These are slightly different because our decimals are of different lengths. So what I would do is maybe I would just make them the same length. We can put that 0 in there because it does not change the value of our decimal. So now I know that 0.74 is larger. So because they are both negative, 0.74 is smaller. Pause the video for 30 seconds and try to do the other one in your books. Okay, so what you should have is the sign this way, let's do the next one together. So again, to make them both equal, I can do, well, the same, not equal, sorry. To make them both having the same number of digits after decimal point, I can put that 0 without changing the value of the decimal. So now I've got 0.07, and in here I've got 0.40. So 0.07 is smaller, so because they are negative, it's the opposite. 0.07 is larger. Try to do the next one yourself. Pause the video for 20 seconds and do it in your books. So what you should have is the sign this way. Minus 0.47 is smaller than minus 0.07. Now we've got the next practice exercises. Pause the video for 5 minutes and answer as many as you can. Remember, if you feel very confident about it, try to start from question I, or if you find it super extra easy, do just the last 4 questions. Pause the video. Okay, now you can mark your own work. You can just also write how many you've got right out of how many. So if you answered only 4 questions, but all of them are right, I want you to write 4 out of 4. If you answered all of them and all of them are right, it's going to be 16 out of 16. Pause the video for a minute and self-mark your own work. Okay, let's have a look at these questions. Let's do first one together. Okay, so in here we have minus 0.67 and minus 0.7. Again, I'll just make them, I'll put that 0 in here to have 2 digits after decimal point. I know that 0.70 is the same as 0.7. And now let's think which one is greater. If they were positive, 0.7 would be greater, but because both of them are negative, it will be the other way around. Okay. Pause the video 30 seconds. Try to do next one yourself. So in here we have minus 1.07. If they were positive, it would be bigger, but because they are negative, it's smaller. So if that's what you've got, give yourself a green tick and well done. Now, let's have a look at the next one. Again, to have, in here I've got 3 digits after decimal point, in here I've got 4. So I can put that 0 in here without changing the value. Okay, and let's have a look. If they were positive, then this one would be larger because it's 70 10,000ths. In here it's 67 10,000ths. So again, if they were positive, if there was no minus sign, this one would be smaller. But because they are negative, it's the opposite. So this number is larger. Pause the video 30 seconds. Try to do the next one yourself in your books. Okay, so you should write the sign this way. Okay, again, if it's right, green tick and well done. Now we are going to move on to ordering negative decimals. So again, we are doing this in ascending orders, so from the smallest to the largest. Okay, so let's have a look. If they were positive, the largest would be 87.2, but because they are negative, this is the smallest one. So minus 87.2. We can cross it off. Next one, minus 87.1 is the smallest. Cross it off. Next one, minus 82.7, minus. Then minus 80.2. And then minus 78.1. Okay. Pause the video, and because there's a bit more writing, pause it for a minute and list them in ascending order, the question we do. Okay, what you should have is first minus 87.2, then minus 82.7, then minus 80.2, then minus 78.1, and the largest one is minus 10.8. So if that's what you've got, well done. Green tick, 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 tick. Fantastic. You know how to order negative decimals. Let me do the one more, and you'll do another one, and then we will do some practice exercises. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Which one is the smallest? We're still doing in ascending order, means from the smallest to the largest. So the smallest in here would be the largest if they were all positive numbers. So it's the smallest is minus 24.7, then minus 23.2, then minus 23.1, minus 21.2, and the largest one is minus 13.1. Okay, pause the video and do the we do in your book on your own. Okay, so what you should have in there is minus 23.4 as the smallest, then 23.16, then 23.12, then, sorry, it's minus, then minus 23.107. Okay, if you were not sure about this bit, again, adding extra zero, well, it's not adding zero, it's just putting one more zero at the end in here without the change in the value of decimals might help. You can see it's 107 thousandths. This is 120 thousandths. So I can see that this one is bigger, and because they are negative, it's smaller. And the last one is 21.7. So if that's what you've got, use a green pen to put all those beautiful ticks. Okay, now again, 5 minutes. Try to do as many as you can. Pause the video. And in here we've got solutions. Mark your own work. Pause the video for a minute and write down how many out of 6 you've done. Right. Well done, Year 7. I trust that you were all good and worked well. So now the teacher will give one of you a reward, the person who had the best behavior and done the most work. So now it's time to tidy up your books. Can I ask one of you to put it on the back? And hopefully I'll see you on the next lesson. Bye.